question. Basically, function is this. It is piecewise defined, and cos x minus sin x to the power cosec x from this range, and this function e power 1 by x and all in this range. Now, what is given is function is continuous at x is equal to 0. You have to find a and b. So basically, it's a limits question. So basically, we know that if a function is continuous, your RHL should be equal to your LHL, right?
Yeah.
So try to find limit of x tends to 0 plus fx and limit of x tends to 0 minus. That should be equal to f of 0, which is a, both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
In maths in Alan, what are they doing right now?
Inverse
We're doing inverse
trigonometric.
trigonometric function.
Okay. I will find RHL first. Try to find this RHL. So remember that whenever you have to do limit of x tends to a plus something fx, you can write it as limit of h tends to 0 f of a plus h, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And you have to do, if you have to do a minus, then you'll do f of a minus h.
Yeah.
minus h, right.
So here it will be limit of 0 plus h. So basically limit of h tends to 0 f of h 0 plus h. So for this one,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it will be e power 1 by h plus e power 2 by h plus e power 3 by h by a e power 2 by h plus b e power 3 by h. This is the limit. It is infinity by infinity form, but I wouldn't recommend L'Hopital's rule. It will be annoying to do
Yeah,
L'Hopital.
First, while finding LHL, right?
I'm finding RHL first. You can find LHL also.
Yeah, but we can use the L'Hopital rule in finding LHL or
How L'Hopital's in LHL?
0. It's okay. It's not 0 by 0 or infinity. Okay, it's 1 to the power infinity.
That
just
type of
one.
form it is.
Right. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
But right now I'm doing the RHL part. RHL is easier. So think about what we can do here. It is all infinity powers and all, right?
Yeah.
right.
So what I can take is I will take e. If it was negative infinity, right? E power negative infinity, that is 0, right?
Yeah.
So it will be nice if I can take something common and get negative infinity and all on top. So if I take e power 3 by h common from top, it will be e power minus 2 by h, right? Plus e power minus 1 by h plus 1, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now these terms tend to 0, so it's very easy to evaluate that, right?
Yeah.
And in the denominator also, if you take e power 3 by h common, it is a e power minus 1 by h plus b,
Okay. Yeah.
right? And e power 3 by h gets cancelled. Basically, it's like dividing by e power 3 by h.
Yeah.
And limit h tends to 0 now is very easy. This is 0, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0. So
0, so
1 by b.
B. Yeah.
So 1 by b is your RHL, correct?
yeah.
Now LHL. So limit h tends to 0, f of minus h. So that is cos x minus minus. So plus cos h plus sin h. Cos h plus sin h and minus cosec h, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cosec tends to infinity here, right? So, okay. So this part is tending to 1 and this part is tending to 0. So the whole thing is tending to 1. So what is possible here is I can do this cos h plus sin h minus 1, right? Correct. To the power minus 1 by sin h, right? Limit h tends to 0, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So this part is tending to 0. This part is tending to minus infinity, right? So minus infinity. So technically it is 1 by 1 plus this is 1 by 1 plus this, right? So okay, I will just do log actually. That will be easier. Take L, this is equal to L, take log, right? So you get minus cosec h log of cos h plus sin h, limit h tends to 0 is equal to log L, right?
Yes.
And this can be written as minus log cos h plus sin h divided by sin h, limit h tends to 0, right? Correct.
Yes.
And this is 0 by 0, correct?
Right.
Then because this is 0 by 0, I can do L'Hopital now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I will do L'Hopital now here, and that is not so hard to differentiate also, it's fine. One differentiation will solve it. So minus 1 by cos h plus sin h multiplied by minus sin h plus cos h, right? Divided by 1, divided by cos h, right? That is the limit as h tends to 0, right?
Yeah.
So this is 1 minus 0, so 1, and by 1, right?
Right.
So minus, so 1 into minus 1 is the limit, right? Of this part after L'Hopital, right?
Yeah.
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 So that is equal to log L. So L is equal to 1 by E, right?
Right.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So L is equal to 1 by E. So therefore, you get A is equal to 1 by E, right?
B is equal to E.
B is equal to E, right?
Yeah.
Correct. 1 by
Correct.
B should be equal to 1 by 1 by B should be equal to 1 by E. So B is equal to E and A is equal to 1 by E. That is the answer.
Yeah.
So what is the thing here? This part, it looks weird, but if you take E power 3 by H common, it cancels off and it becomes easy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This part, the problem was, it was first I was doing 1 power infinity, but there's a minus infinity. So I don't want to take chances. Whenever it is fx power gx, you can always work with log.
Yeah.
So I took a log, I got it in the form of 0 by 0 here, and then differentiated to do L'Hopital, and I got -1 as a limit. So -1 is log L and L is 1 by A, right? So we find A and B using that property now. Okay.
Right.
Next question is, let fx is equal to 1 plus 4x minus x square for all x belongs to real, and gx is equal to max of ft such that x is less than equal to t is less than equal to x plus 1, and 0 is less than equal to x is less than 3, and the other part is minimum of x plus 3 such that 3 is less than equal to x is less than equal to 5. Okay, so gx is weird, fx is normal, and you have to find interval of continuity for gx when x belongs to 0 to 5. In 0 to 5, where is gx continuous? Okay,
Okay.
fine. So we have to basically understand our gx function properly, right?
Yeah.
This part of gx is very simple, right? It is just 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
X plus 3 will go from 6 to 8. So minimum will be 6. So
Yeah.
gx is this top part, maximum of ft such that t belongs to x plus 1. T belongs to x plus 1 when x goes from 0 to 3, right? And 6 if 3 is less than equal to x is less than equal to 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then think about it. ft is basically f of t is 1 plus 4t minus t square, and maxima minima for that, if you do, f dash t will be equal to 4 minus 2t is equal to 0. So therefore t must be equal to 2, right? And here you notice the double derivative is negative, so that is a maximum, right? Basically at
Yeah.
t is equal to 2, ft has a maximum, right?
Yeah.
So let's think about it. So what is the meaning of this part? You have to figure out. So t goes from x to x plus 1, and you have to find maximum of ft. So if let's split this 0 to 3 into 3 parts. 0 is less than x is less than 1, let's say, and 1 is less than equal to x is less than 2, and 2 is less than equal to x is less than 3, right? Then here t goes from
Yes.
1 is less than t is less than equal to 2, right?
Yeah.
If
Wait.
t goes from 0 t grows from x to x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
So x
Yeah.
could be 0 and x could be just 1, near 1, right?
Yeah.
So t could be up to just less than 2, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So won't it be less than equal to 3 in the last case? Okay, no, wait.
Uh,
I misread the question.
In this case, x could be 1. So t could be x to x plus 1. So 1 to x plus 1 will be just less than 3, right?
Three.
Less than 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here it will be 2 to 2 is less than equal to t is less than 4, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Fine. So if 0 is less than x is less than 1, the maximum of ft we have to find. And ft is in this range, right? Maximum of ft. T is less than 2. So okay. X t belongs to x plus 1. So do we say, okay, basically t's inputs are x and x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
T goes from x to x plus 1. So maximum of ft in this range, you can see that actually when t is 2, that is the time it has a maximum, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So t is rising from 0 to 2 in this range. So the highest point is going to happen near 2, as close as 2 as possible, right?
Yeah.
So maximum of ft here should be the higher value here, no? X plus 1, right? Like I can say it is f of x plus 1 here, because it is not going to be, t has to be at the upper limit here. That time it becomes maximum. I mean, t's maximum is at 2, no? When x is between 0 to 1, t's maximum will happen when you replace x with x plus 1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can say that this is f of x plus 1, and in this range, the value will be whatever comes when you put 2, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will be 8 minus 4 plus 1, 5, right? In this range, it will be 5. Correct? Correct, no?
Yeah.
Right.
And in this range, the maximum is at the lower end, right? Lower end of the interval, right? F of t becomes maximum at the lower end of the interval. So this time I have to say f of x rather than x plus 1, right?
Yeah. F of x.
Here you have to say f of x plus 1 because it was at the upper range. Up to near 2 it is maximum, right? And here you have to say f of x, right?
Yeah.
So and after that 3 to 5 you already know it is 6, right? So this expression, let's evaluate. F of x plus 1 will be 1 plus 4x plus 4 minus x square plus 2x plus 1, right? So this becomes 1 plus 4x minus 2x. So 1 plus 2x, actually not 1 minus 1. So 4 plus 2x minus x square, right? Right? That is what is coming. And it is 5 in this range, and it is simply the function itself, 1 plus 4x minus x square in this range, right?
Okay, yeah.
This is your g of x that is coming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
G of x and 6 when it is beyond 3 to 5, right? Correct.
So we don't have to put 5 as value of x for the second one.
Second one we are putting 5, yeah. Basically gx has 4 parts, okay? The first function gives 3 different things, right?
Yeah.
And the 6 is there for 3 to 5, right? So
Okay.
f of x plus 1 when x is between 0 to 1, 5 when 1 to 2, x is between 1 to 2, f of g of x is equal to 5 because it is maximum of f of t, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be f of x when it is between 2 to 3, which is this, and 6 when it is 3 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Now
right.
that you
Yeah.
have defined your g of x easily, now it is obvious to find range where it is continuous. So let's check at 1. At 1, 4 plus 2 minus 1, it is equal to 5. So at 1, it is matching this, right? 5. At each point
Yeah.
where the
Mhm.
definition changes, you should check for continuity.
Yeah.
So definition changes at 1, at 2. At 2, if we check, 5 is coming from lower side, and 1 plus 4 into 2, 8, 9 minus 4. 5 is coming from the upper side also. It's matching, right?
Yeah.
At 3, after RHL is 6, but LHL is 1 plus 4 into 3, 12 minus 9. So 13 minus 9, 4. So there it is discontinuous at 3, right?
Yeah.
It is discontinuous at 3. So basically, and after that, it's a constant function, right? After
Yeah.
3, it is a
Yeah.
constant function. So what we know is that function is continuous everywhere here, here, here. But at 3, it is discontinuous. And after that, it is continuous, right?
Mm.
So the interval of continuity you will write as x belongs to 0 to 3 union 3 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Basically everything except 3,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That is the points where it will be continuous. So think about what happened here. The gx was weird, but we are sort of thinking of splitting x ranges from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and beyond 3. And in 0 to 1, we realize because whenever x takes a value, t takes a value between x to x plus 1, right? So t values are going between 0 to 2, right?
Yeah.
So instead of the maximum will happen when you have the higher limit of that, right? Because it is an increasing function there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So f of x is not the maximum, f of x plus 1 is the maximum there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So whatever is f of x plus 1, that is the answer there. And in 2 to 3, the opposite happens. F of x is the maximum because it decreases after 2.
Yeah. Mm.
And in between, there is 5 because in that range, the maximum value is 5. Right? 1 to 3. Here,
Yeah.
2 is the maximum value. So you just put that value. So
Ah.
why we are putting the value here and writing f of x plus 1 here? Because here it cannot equal that value. No? Like it is less than 2 here, right?
Yeah.
So you technically don't know the value there. Like it can be as high as whatever f of x plus 1 can be, right?
Yeah.
And here also you cannot equal to here. It can equal to only in this middle portion,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So once you get the definition of G, it is easy to check continuity of G. And then you know that interval of continuity will be this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can
Okay.
be 2 in the third one also, right? Because it's
It
greater
cannot be
than or
2 in the third one.
equal to t, right? So
Wait one second. 2 in the third one. I mean, fx is this, x is going from here. So t is going from 2 to 4. It should be equal to 2. No, actually t range is here, no? See, this is the range of t actually in the second one, 1 to 3, right?
yeah.
So I think I've made some mistake here. This should be 3 to 4, no? I mean, x goes from 2 to 3. No, it should be 2 to 4 only. It should be 2 to 4 only.
Yeah.
T goes from 2 to 4. But why is there an overlap? There is an overlap of ranges, right?
Yeah.
Technically, I should have only one value in one definition. So think about f when x is near 2. When x is near 2, t is basically f of t, maximum f of t. Mm, maximum of f of t will be what? If x is 2 plus something, then 2 plus 2, 3 plus will come as the interval of this, right? If x is just 2 plus h, then 2 plus h is less than equal to t is less than equal to 3 plus h, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it should be f of x. No, there it is not equal to. See, that is what this is supposed to mean, right? If x grows from 2 plus h to 3 plus h, then t value cannot be 2. It has to be slightly above 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you have to put f of x there, the lowermost possible value,
Okay.
right? But if you put 1 plus h to 2 plus h, right? Then t value will be crossing 2 in the middle, no? Then
Right. It's two's in the middle. Yeah.
so that time I'm putting 5 here,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
don't worry about it so much. We sort of got it. Question 3 is this one. If alpha beta such that alpha is less than beta are points of discontinuity of the function of f of x, where f of x is equal to 1 by 1 minus x, then the set of values for which the points alpha comma beta and a comma a square lie on the, okay, this is slightly complicated, on the same side of the line x plus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0 are what? So you know the theory of points lying on the same side of a line. When will 2 points lie on the same side of a line?
So if you substitute those 2 points
Uh,
in the line equation, if they come on the same side,
hmm.
like if negative, then they're on the
Other
same
one
side.
will also be negative, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can say that f of if the line equation is something, so in that line equation, if you substitute alpha beta multiplied by substitute a square, this should be positive, right?
Positive. Yeah.
Then they will be on the same side, correct?
Mhm.
So let's first of all find our f of x. That is the first job, right?
Yeah.
Without that, anything you cannot do. So that is not hard actually, because it will be 1 by 1 minus f of x, right?
Yeah.
And that will be 1 by
X
1
minus
minus
1.
1 by 1 minus f of x, right?
Yeah.
And that will be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 1 minus 1 by 1 minus x, right?
Yeah.
So it will be, let's evaluate it, 1 minus x minus 1 here, 1 minus x minus 1 by 1 minus x, right? So that is coming out to be 1 by 1 minus 1 by, it is minus x by 1 minus x, right? This minus x goes on top, the 1 minus x goes on top, it becomes 1 by 1 plus 1 minus x by x, right?
X. Mhm.
Correct. And it
Yeah.
becomes
So,
x by 1 next
yeah.
step, right? Correct.
Yeah.
So this is equal to simply x, right? Alpha beta are points of discontinuity of this, so okay, so then this function looks perfectly continuous everywhere, no?
Yeah.
So discontinuity will happen only when the function is not defined only, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should check the domain, like in the middle here, it is not defined for x is equal to 1, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. And if you check f of x, that function comes out to be x minus 1 by x,
Minus 1 by x. So
right?
0 also.
And that is not defined for 0, right?
Yeah.
So you have 2 points where function is not defined, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, right?
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the set of points where it is discontinuous is this set, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Set of values for which points alpha beta are points of discontinuity, and alpha is less than beta. So our set is 0, 1, right?
Yeah.
And now it is simple because you put 0, 1 in this line, and you get 2 minus 3 minus 1, and then you put a square in this line, right? A plus 2a square minus 3. This should be greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
So you get 2a square
Right.
plus
Yeah.
a minus 3 is less than 0. And you
Hmm.
factorize this as 2a plus 3 a minus 1. This is the factorization, and that is less than 0. So
Zero.
you will get the range now by wavy curve. So it will be, one point will be minus 3 by 2, one point will be 1, and in the middle it will be negative.
Yeah.
So minus 3 by 2 to 1, right?
Yeah.
That should be the range of A. So actually the question was easy only, but the key concept here was, even if this f of x came as x, which looks continuous everywhere, it is not defined when fx is not defined and when f of x is not defined, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points where the function is not defined, then composite function cannot be continuous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 0, 1 is the set of points where it is undefined, right?
Yeah.
So that is your discontinuous points. After that, it is basic coordinate geometry.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 4. If g of x is equal to gif of f of x, where x belongs to 0 to pi by 2 union pi by 2 to pi, and 3 when x is equal to pi by 2, and this is gif now, and f of x is equal to 2 times sine x minus sine power nx plus mod of sine x minus sine power nx divided by 2 times sine x minus sine power nx minus mod of sine x minus sine power nx, where n belongs to real, right? Now what you have to find, there are 4 options. One is saying g is continuous and differentiable at x is equal to pi by 2 when 0 is less than n is less than 1. One is saying that B option is same statement till here, but when n is greater than 1. C option is g is continuous but not differentiable at pi by 2 when 0 is less than n is less than 1, and D option is same statement but when n is greater than 1. Okay, same statement as C option. Everyone understands the options, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so try this. I will not say anything. Try this and tell me what comes. You have 3-4 minutes. Try it. Okay, any ideas? Basically, the idea is take two cases. Case one is when 0 is less than n is less than 1. Case 2 when n is greater than 1, right? Why these two cases? Because
The
sin x
options.
is no, because sin x and sin power nx we can compare in those two cases. In this case it will be greater,
Okay, yeah.
in this case it will be
Yeah.
lesser. This is case 2 and this is case 1, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So then the mod you can easily evaluate.
Right.
So
Right.
let's do case
Yes.
1 first. Case 1 function will become sin x is greater, so that is positive. So it will become on top, it will be 3 times sin x minus sin power nx, and in the denominator it will become 1 time, right? Correct?
Yeah.
No, actually, it will become 1 time. So it is function is 3, right? Fx is 3, right?
Right, yeah.
When,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
0 is less than n is less than 1, right?
Yeah.
So gx is 3 only, right?
Right. Yeah.
And
True.
3, it's 3 everywhere. So it is
Right.
continuous and differentiable at x is equal to pi by 2. It is coming constant function, no?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
For n is less than 1. Wait 1 second. Have we made some mistake? We have. Wait, what? Oh, we have made a mistake. It's opposite. Like, I have made a mistake here. When sine is raised to the power something fractional, it will become greater, no? Because it is less than 1 anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So sin x is actually greater than sin power nx in case 1, right? And in case 2, sin x is 1 second. Again, I am a little
So
confused
I
now.
think you wrote the same thing
Same
again.
thing first. Yeah.
1 second. When 0 is less than n is less than 1, so sin x is less than this. Oh yeah, it is less than
Yeah.
this. Because when you raise it to a power fractional, the point fractional part will be increased, right?
Greater, yeah.
Basically, it's like saying root of sin x, right? Root
Yeah.
of sin x will
Yeah.
be greater than sin x, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So in this case, sin x will be greater than sin power nx, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So for 0 is less than n is less than 1, you have fx becomes, the top part is negative, so it is 1 by 3, right? Correct?
Hmm.
Because this part becomes negative, so plus, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And gx is therefore now becoming gif of f of x is 0 and 3, right? In these two intervals. So it is
Yeah.
not continuous at pi by 2, right?
Yeah.
So A option is wrong, right?
Hmm.
And B option, it is continuous and different. Okay, B option is different. And this is also, okay, this option is wrong, right? When 0 is less than n is less than 1, it's not continuous, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A and C are wrong. So now we'll do case 2 when n is greater than 1, right?
Hmm.
In this time, this is happening. Sin x is greater than sin power nx. So you get f of x is equal to 3, right?
3. Yeah.
So now g of x is a constant function 3, right?
Yeah.
So now it is continuous and differentiable. This option is correct.
Correct.
This option is wrong because it is not differentiable. It's a constant function,
Yeah.
right? So answer is B. You understand? You have to carefully think about this, and if it is that you can figure out, then question is super easy.
Yeah.
So were you guys thinking of this, or was you doing something else?
No, I didn't get that. What is
Sir, I was
sin
actually a
x?
bit stuck,
Where?
like how to approach it.
Yeah, I didn't make cases.
I mean, if the option is saying like this, then obviously you have to think in these two cases, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I mean, what else will you do? You have to remove the mod, no?
Yeah.
Then only it will be simple if you remove the mod. So you have to think about when this is bigger than this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's not something difficult, like not something not obvious that I have thought here.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that you have to necessarily think. There is no other option only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you will think about this, then you will have to think about when is n, when n is greater than 1 and n is less than 1. You have to make this statement.
Cases, yeah.
Yeah.
Only then will the problem simplify. Otherwise, you will not be able to do anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is question 5. Fx is equal to GIF of log Ex plus root over fractional part of log Ex when x is greater than 1. Okay, so you have to figure out, now there are options. So you have to figure out continuity and differentiability of this function at x is equal to e. You have to just figure out that at x is equal to e, is this differentiable, continuous, what is happening? Okay, so I will not say anything. You figure out what has to happen.
Sir, at x is equal to e, it's just 1, right?
F of e will become, this will be 1 plus this will be
0.
0. 0, 0, yeah. F of
The
e is
fraction
1.
part.
So for continuity, what do you have to check? RHL and LHL at E, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you do RHL, you have to do limit h tends to 0, f of e plus h,
E
right?
plus h, yeah.
So log e plus h GIF plus fractional part of log e plus h. Correct. This part will be just above 1, right?
So it'll be 1 only.
So GIF will be 1. This part you have to think. Fractional part of something like this. Limit is h tends to 0.
Yeah.
So this will also be just above 1. Fractional part will be some small value, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which depends on that h. But h tends to
Right.
0, it will be 0, right?
Yeah, at x h is equal to 0. Yeah.
Limit h tends to 0, this will be 0. So answer is 1 plus 0, 1. This is your RHL,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
LHL, limit of h tends to 0, f of e minus h, right? So this part becomes 0, right? This one.
Yeah. 0.
Plus now this part, fractional part of log e minus h, something like this, right? So
Right.
so this will be something just less than 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something just less than 1 sort of it will be, right? And fractional part of that will be that only, right? 1 minus h only, right?
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
is just less than 1, it is 0.99, let's say. So fractional part will be 1 minus h only, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And when you will put
Yeah.
limit h tends to 0, this is becoming 1. This is also 1. And f of e is also 1. So it is continuous.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Continuous at x is equal to e. Now you have to figure out differentiability. So for differentiability, what do? You do RHD and LHD, right?
Yeah.
And RHD basically is limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h, right?
Right. Right.
Everyone remembers this, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
So, okay, so let's try to find this. So this is at e plus h and all. So f of e plus h, limit h tends to 0, f of e plus h minus f of e by h, right?
Yeah.
And f of e plus h we have already written here. So that is
Yes.
basically 1 plus this part came as h only, right?
H. Yeah.
Root h almost, right?
Hmm.
Minus 1 by h, right?
H.
Now this is root h by h. So this is 1 by root h. Limit h tends to 0, right? So this is blowing up, right? Infinity.
Yeah. Infinity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is not finite and it cannot blow up like that. So it is non-differentiable.
Yeah.
Non-differentiable because you remember when this type of functions happen, when the slope is infinite and all, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a sharp turn. That is not a differentiable function.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
slope becomes infinite,
Yeah.
that is not differentiable. So slope has to be finite and equal. So what we are getting is by doing the definition f of e plus h minus f of e, you're getting something like this. 1 and 1 cancels and it is some root h by h. So that blows up, becomes infinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
So the answer is that it is continuous but not differentiable at x is
Not
equal to e.
differentiable.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Next one is question number 6 is function fx is defined as gif of x square, gif of 1 by x square, like this. X is not equal to 0. And we have to find continuity at x is equal to 1 minus 1 and basically find where it is discontinuous and all, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So can you repeat what you have to find?
You have to find continuity and discontinuity. Where is it discontinuous basically, and check at 1 and minus 1.
Okay.
find out at 1 and -1, it is obvious that the function is equal to 1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So you should check RHL and LHL at 1.
Yeah. LHL at 1 is coming 0.
LHL at 1 means limit of h tends to 0, 1 minus h.
Yeah.
So that is 1 minus h whole square, GIF 1 by 1 minus h whole square, right?
For me, RHL is also coming as 0.
Yeah, even I got RHL as 0
Uh,
at x is equal to 1.
RHL is coming at a 0. Okay, so then if RHL is coming as 0, then it is discontinuous clearly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is clearly discontinuous then, because you cannot suddenly go up to 1 then, right?
Yeah.
Just beyond 1, you are getting this value will be fractional now, right?
Yeah.
Just beyond 1, this value becomes fractional, so GIF is 0, so it will become 0.
And then function
Yeah.
0,
And just
below 1 also
below
you can
1,
do like that, right? Because
this
1
value,
by x square will become like 1.
that will become 1, right? And
Yeah.
this one will become less than 1.
Less than 1, yeah.
So it will become 0. So it is
Whole thing.
discontinuous at 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it will same thing will happen at -1 also. Okay. Now, if you have to find other points of discontinuity, other points, so you have to check when does both of these functions come near 1 or 2 or something, right? You understand? So when does 1 by x square become 2 sort of, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So that will happen near 1 by √2, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So from 1 to 1 by √2, we know that the function is, from 1 by √2 to 1. 1 by √2 to 1. This is the x values increasing. We know that near 1 it was 0, no?
Yeah.
Correct.
But at 1 by √2, the value is what? It is still 0. F of 1 by √2 is still 0, no? Check once. Because this GIF, okay, 1 by √2, this, no. It might be different. 1 by 2 and GIF of 1 by 1 by 2, right?
2, yeah.
It is 1, right?
1, yeah.
Okay, so GIF is 1, and just above it, right? Above 1 by √2. Just above 1 by √2, this value will become just below half, right?
Below half, others above.
So basically I'm saying above 0.71, whatever. When you do square, it becomes less than 0.5, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So this x square is less than 0.5 and GIF of 1 by x square, right? So
That's
it is
2 only, right?
That's 2 only, yeah. 1 by something greater than
maybe.
Greater than 1 by √2. So square of that will be less than 1.5, right? So this is greater than 2. So GIF is 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is less than 0.5 multiplied. So less than 1 it comes, right? And GIF of the whole thing becomes 0, right?
Yeah.
So basically we have confirmed that this is 0 here, and at 1 by √2 it is 1, no?
Yeah.
So it is discontinuous at 1 by √2.
Yeah.
Right? Similarly, like wherever this happens, no, x could also be 1 by √3. Then 2 to 3, that point it will be different, 1. The
Right.
f values are becoming 1 at all points where these numbers cross integers, right?
Yeah.
That will happen at 1 by √2, 1 by √3, 1 by 2, right?
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
1 by x square could be 4, right?
4. Yeah.
4, yeah.
So every such point you get value of fx becomes 1, but every point nearby value of the limit is 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of those points are points of discontinuity. So
Right.
points like 1 by 2, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 2, these are all points of discontinuity. So there will be infinite number of such points. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was this one. Then question 7, which is let f of x is equal to limit of n tends to infinity sine x to the power 2n. Okay. Then you have to say A option, f is continuous at x is equal to pi by 2. B option, discontinuous at x is equal to pi by 2. C option, discontinuous at x is equal to minus pi by 2. And D option is discontinuous at an infinite number of points. At an infinite number of points. Okay. So just think about the definition of the function. Think of that, and if you can specify the definition clearly, then it will be sorted for you. So what I can say is that this limit, right? This limit n tends to infinity sine x power 2 power 2n, right?
Yeah.
This limit will be either mod of sine x is less than 1 or it is equal to 1, right?
Equal to 1. Yeah.
So if it is equal to 1, it will be 1, the
1.
limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it is less than 1,
Right.
it will be 0.
0. Yeah.
So this is when
Yes.
mod sine x is less than 1, and this is when mod sine x is equal to 1, right?
Yeah.
Now,
So
this
anyway,
equality
discontinuous at that
Uh,
1.
clearly, so whenever sine x becomes 1, mod sine x, right? So it could be
Yeah.
plus or minus pi by 2.
By 2.
At those values, function becomes suddenly 1, and everywhere else it is 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is right, this is right, this is right.
The
Correct.
first one. Yeah.
Makes sense. Now
Right.
everywhere else function is
Yeah.
0, but suddenly it becomes 1 somewhere.
Yeah.
And it becomes 1 here. This is minus pi by 2, and minus 3 pi by 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So this is fairly simple. Correct, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then the next one is question 8. Function fx satisfies the relation f of x plus y is equal to f of x plus f of y plus xy into x plus y for all x, y belonging to real. Now, if f dash 0 is equal to minus 1, then we have to answer. First option is fx is a polynomial. Second option is fx is exponential in nature. Third option is fx is twice differentiable for all real. X is twice differentiable for all x. And last option is f dash 3 is equal to 8. Okay. So think about this. There are two things given. One relation is given and one value is given. F dash 0 is -1. So tell me your first thoughts. What will you do?
We can substitute values for that f of x plus y, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what values will you substitute right now?
Maybe
You can
put x is
put x and y as 0 maybe,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe find out the value of 0 from there. So let's see. F of 0 is equal
So-
to 2f of 0 plus 0, right?
Yeah.
So that implies that
F
f
of
of 0
0
is
is
0.
0.
Okay. That is a new piece of information. Then what else?
We can put x is equal to -y.
If you put that, you get 0 here, f of x plus f of minus x. F of x plus f of minus x is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is an odd function.
Hmm.
F of x is odd. Okay, that also you know now. How will you use this fact?
If f of x is odd, that means
That cannot tell you anything more right now, at least,
yeah.
because it could be odd in many ways. You have to use this fact somehow. How will you use this fact? So, what is the meaning of f dash 0? Can you write in terms of limits f dash 0? F of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is equal to -1 is given, right?
Yeah.
So this is basically saying limit of h tends to 0, f of h by h is equal to -1.
-1. Yeah.
So this is a new fact that you know now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you know f of 0 is 0, you know this limit is -1, you know fx is odd, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what else can you do now? So one standard technique is to try to get f dash x by the definition of f dash x. So what I will say is, what is f dash x by definition? The definition of f dash x involves this limit, right?
Yeah.
F of x plus h minus f of x by h, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So now, can we use the relation here, this result here?
Yeah. Like put y as h or something.
Put y as h, so we can expand it like f of x plus f of h plus x h x plus h
Yeah.
minus f of x by h, right? Correct.
Right.
So this
Yeah.
becomes f of h plus xh x plus h by h, limit h tends to 0, right? So
Correct.
split
Yeah,
it apart. This
yeah.
limit we already know, right? This part.
It's -1.
Yes.
-1 plus limit h tends to 0. H cancels here. So x into x plus h.
Yeah.
So it is -1 plus x squared,
X square. Yeah.
which is very nice because now you know f dash x is
So
equal to
fx,
-1 plus x squared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can write this at d of fx by dx, right?
Yeah.
So -1 plus x squared into dx, right?
Yeah.
And now integrate, right? Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So f of x will be equal to minus x plus x cubed by 3 plus some constant, right?
Correct.
Correct. And because f of 0 is 0, we have already found out. Therefore,
Yeah.
c must be 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we already know f of 0 is 0, put 0, 0 everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
C is 0, right? So f of x has become this polynomial function. This is right. It is twice differentiable. That is right. And find one derivative. So it is -1 plus 3x squared. So plus x squared, right?
Yeah.
And put 3,
Yeah.
it will be 8.
Yeah, correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
So the question is solved if you have the idea that maybe I should take f dash x. So this is a trick of, if you can get f dash x, then you can get f of x by integration, right?
Yeah.
So because the statement was such that you couldn't use this part here, right? And you already know one value of this limit by definition here, right?
Mhm.
Therefore, you were able to find f dash x, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember one thing, that if you're given derivatives, then if think of the derivatives in terms of the limit definition, that is the more useful. Okay, so here we found f dash 0 in terms of this limit, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we wrote f dash x in terms of the limit definition, and then used it again here and got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do this question. This is a passage type question. So if f of x is equal to x squared plus ax plus 3 and g of x is equal to x plus b, and capital F of x is equal to limit of n tends to infinity f of x plus x power 2n into g of x by 1 plus x power 2n. Okay, now the first question is saying f of x is continuous at x is equal to 1, then find the relation between b and a, right? Relationship between b and a. And second question is saying f of x is continuous at x is equal to -1, then find the relationship between b and a. Okay, so let's check continuity at x is equal to 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at x is equal to 1, capital F of 1 will be what? So it will be f of 1, it will be f of 1 plus g of 1 by 1 plus 1, right? Correct.
So it'll be x to the power 2n into g of 1, right?
That is 1 only, no? At f of x is equal to 1.
Oh, yeah, correct. Yeah.
So f of 1 is basically what? 1 plus a plus 3. So a plus 4. A plus 4 plus this g of 1 is b plus 1 divided by 2, right?
Yeah.
So it is a plus b plus 5 by 2. That is your value of f of 1, right?
Right. Yeah.
Correct. And let's do the limits now. Let's do the limits in two cases. LHL, when you do LHL, when x is x is less than 1, right?
Yeah.
Limit of n tends to infinity, we have to do also limit of x tends to 1 minus, right? Limit of
Right.
x tends to 1 minus, it's a double limit basically, right?
Yeah.
So f of x plus x power 2n g of x by 1 plus x power 2n, right? this is basically what is limit of x tends to 1 minus capital F of x, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do this limit inside, right? Limit of x tends to 1 minus this part tends to 0, no? Sure.
Yeah.
X power 2n, and when n tends to infinity, you will get some fraction to the power infinity will be 0, no?
Right, yeah.
So this part disappears and it becomes f of x by 1, right? It is
Yeah.
basically the limit of f of x as x tends to 1 minus, right?
Yeah.
So that is simply a plus 4, right?
Right.
Correct?
Right,
This
right.
is the LHL, correct?
Yeah.
And what about RHL? So for RHL is the case when x is greater than 1. Basically x tends to 1 plus, right?
1 plus.
So it will be
Yes.
better because this tends to infinity. It will be better if you divide by that, right?
Yeah.
So you should do fx by x power 2n plus gx by 1 by x power 2n plus 1, right?
Yeah.
And this part will disappear, this part will disappear, and it will be g of x, right?
Right.
Right.
So it will be then b plus 1, right?
B plus.
Correct? Right. So a plus 4 should be equal to b plus 1. That is the first condition.
Yeah.
So you should have a is equal to b minus 3. And you should also have this should be equal to this also, right?
Yeah.
For continuity, right? So put a is equal to b minus 3 there, and let's say what comes. You can say that a plus b would be a plus b plus 5 by 2 should be equal to a plus 4 should be equal to basically 3 equations. A plus b plus 5 by 2 should be equal to a plus 4 should be equal to b plus 1, right?
B plus 1, yeah.
So these two and these two we have already done. So we can put that relation in this. So it becomes 2b minus 3 plus 5. So plus 2 by 2. So it is b plus 1. Okay, nothing more you will get. You will get only this much,
Same
right?
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the relation for the first case. B is equal to a plus 3, you can say. So that is actually correct. Okay, 23a, yeah. The second case, minus 1 is also handled in a similar way, right?
Yeah.
Just below, it is the same thing actually because it's even power, no? So you can always do minus 1 square to the power n, right?
Yeah.
So it is 1 power n and all, right?
Right.
You understand? Mine just below it is whatever is x, you can do x square power n, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same type of situation will happen, right? So
Correct.
you can solve that part. And one last question. Let's do. Okay. This one. F is a continuous function. F is a continuous function on R such that f of 1 by 4 power n is equal to sine e power n multiplied by e power minus n square plus n square by n square plus 1. Okay. Then find the value of f of 0. Right? Find the value of f of 0. So the trick here is to not worry about this and don't try to find f of x first. Okay. Don't try to simplify and I will first find f of x and then I will find this. Just do limit of n tends to infinity, right?
Yeah.
Because this will become limit of f of 0, no? This will be.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So since this is equal to this, you just have to find limit of n tends to infinity of that, right?
Right, yeah.
So it is sine e power n by e power n square plus n square by n square plus 1, right?
Yeah.
And this is not hard because
Sine terms all 0.
this term is 0, right?
Yeah.
Sine term is 0 because this is less than 1 no matter what, and this is
Yeah.
infinite, right? And this limit will be 1 by 1, right?
1 by 1. Yeah.
Right, it will be 1, right? Limit n tends to infinity, this is 1, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
f of 0 is 1. So it is
Yeah.
fairly simple if you get the idea that just take limit, don't do f0. Don't try to find f of x.
Yeah.
Okay. Then more or less the chapter is over. What you should do is do the Allen book. Okay, if you have continuity and differentiability Allen book, then you should do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
In our
Is-
book,
Okay, sir.
Is it there?
limit,
Yeah.
in our book, limit continuity chapter and derivatives and differentiability is another one.
So LCD is one chapter,
So
no?
it's
Limits,
no
continuity.
limits and continuity only,
Okay.
and then differentiability and differentiation is one chapter.
That's fine. So just do both the chapter. First do the limits and continuity chapter.
Yeah.
Then after that we'll do the other chapter. So
Right.
actually we will start the next chapter now in maths. We'll start applications of derivatives. So in that we will cover the parts about differentiation and all also. Like actually there's nothing much to learn. Application of derivatives is the new thing that we'll have to talk about. So basically we'll discuss in detail the ideas of maxima, minima, increasing, decreasing functions, increasing, decreasing, tangents, normals. These are the basic applications of derivatives.
Okay.
So AOD, this chapter will, and also some theoretical calculus like Rolle's theorem and Lagrange theorem, Rolle's and Lagrange theorem. So these 3-4 topics are there in that, and that is what we will start. Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow will be maths, and then physics will be Friday and Saturday. That is what we decided, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning will be maths. We'll start this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So start working on your Allen book, limits and continuity in the differentiation chapter. Don't wait for them to reach there. Okay. Okay. That's all for now. I will see you
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.